Hey, today I want to build a house in The Sims 4, but in the shape of a flower. I think this is going to be pretty interesting. It's getting warm outside, so I figured what better shape of a house to build than a flower, being that we're getting into the warm season where we're growing flowers and all of this spring whatnot. So without further ado, enjoy today's video. Okay, so I think we might need to make use of round rooms, obviously. And I'm thinking maybe we do like a middle kind of circle, something like this, and then we have to figure out how we can maybe add stuff around it to be the petal. I may be shooting a little too close to the sun for this. Give me a minute, let me see if I can figure something out. Okay, so I have an idea. We're gonna try this. I have spent an embarrassing long amount of time trying to figure this out. But I'm thinking, I wonder if we can just use these octagons and essentially make a whole kind of flower shape like this, because I was trying to figure out like circles, everything. Nothing looked good. Something along these lines, and then we can maybe just try and tweak some of these walls a little bit and see if we can get a better flower shape. So I'm gonna try and work with this now. This is the closest I've gotten. Okay, we have found something that I think will work. I kind of just tweaked around with some of these octagon shaped rooms, and you know, we've got some petals. I even added a little stem as like a very skinny hallway, and then these as maybe some leaves on the sides. All right, so let's start with adding color to this. I think I'm just gonna use flooring and kind of color the top, like the roof in, and then we'll go inside, figure out where our rooms are gonna be, all of that fun stuff. But let's do the outside first. Okay, so I think I'm going to filter the colors by green right now to try and find a good green color for like this, the stem and leaves of the flower. Could do something like this. I feel like this is a fairly good color for a stem. Let's go with that for the stem. And I'm thinking maybe for the flower part up here, we do like a daisy. So we can do like a yellow middle and then some white petals. Something like that. I did not think I would be able to pull that off, but I am fairly happy. It is kind of giving egg, but it's cute. So now let's add wallpaper around the outside. I think I might just do the same color of what's on the roof and just bring it down to the walls. Throw on some windows, the little outer front door, and then we'll go inside. All right, so here is the outside. I didn't go too crazy, just added a little bit of like flowers outside, added the windows, wallpaper, and this cute little door with flowers on it, and a cute little doormat with flowers. Let's go inside and see if we can figure out a layout in here, because that's my next concern. And I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just go through and maybe get rid of all of these walls, and then we'll add different walls here and there to make rooms. So let me try and figure something out for the layout in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is a bit of a weird layout. So we have the entrance over here with the front door, and I'm thinking we do a little office right here, a dining area right here because of the big windows, a kitchen in this area. I gave us some flat walls to put our counters against. It's gonna be very narrow, but I'm thinking maybe counters on this wall here, maybe add like a hutch over here or something. I'm not sure yet. A bedroom right here. We're gonna hope that we can fit everything for a bathroom in this area, and then a very small living room here. We'll see how this goes. All right, so I think for flooring, I'm gonna go with this wood for most of the house, because I feel like a lighter color is gonna help us with hopefully making it a little more open. And then for the bathroom, I'm just gonna do this simple white tile flooring. All right, and for the main part of the house, so this hallway, these two rooms here, and then this part that's all connected together, I think I'm gonna do this green wallpaper that has these like flowers on it, because they're flowers. And for the bedroom here, I did all white on the walls, and then I think I might do some accent with this specific wallpaper. Okay, I'm thinking maybe this wall for the accent. And finally, for the bathroom, I'm gonna do this flower wallpaper. All right, so let's start with this first part of the house that has kind of the entry way and this little office area. I think I'm gonna do this small desk on the diagonal wall here, because when it's right here, you're not gonna be able to walk through here. I'm gonna do it right here on the diagonal wall, And then hopefully we can just add like a chair here because you can still use that chair, and then we'll just add like a plant over here in the corner. And I think this does have, oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's got little flowers on it for the desk. I'll do maybe that one. All right, so let me decorate a little bit in here and I'll be right back. Here's our little office area that I've put together. We've got our desk here and I added a laptop, and then in the corner over here, since we can't really get to it, I just put a little book bag over here for decoration, plant, and added a few things to the wall. Added these pink curtains as a little bit of contrast, some books over here to read, and a cute little rug. And then over here in this kind of odd shaped corner, I'm gonna make it just kind of like a closet almost. All right, so here's our little entry area kind of thing. I just added some shoes down at the bottom, a shelf up here with extra shoes, a bag, some hanging clothes, and then I think I'm just gonna add like a little mirror here. You can hang the keys and bag on there. And I think that is this whole area complete at least. So let's move on to this dining sort of area. I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna make this work, but somewhere that you can sit and eat. So I think for over here, I'm just gonna do a small table on the wall and then throw some chairs just on the ends here, like that. Just very simple. Maybe these chairs instead. And this is kind of our like dining area. You can sit, eat your breakfast, eat your dinner. Let me add some decorations. Okay, so here's our little dining area. Just added a curtain over here and then a couple things on the wall, a lot of plants. And I think this is a pretty cute room here. And then I did add this on the wall in the hallway here. There's really not much room for anything else. Next, I think we should try and tackle the kitchen here. Okay, so I know this is obviously a weird layout, but I think I am going to line this wall here, maybe sink over here, and we can put an oven here. And then I think I'm going to put the fridge maybe on this wall. But then I did add this single counter over here. I don't know if I'll keep it, we'll see. Maybe we could do a little coffee bar over here or something along those lines. And then we can do our stove maybe here, our sink right here. Let's make a little coffee bar over here, and we'll put this little coffee maker here. So that's like the layout of our kitchen. It's functional. You can use everything in here. How would upper cabinets look? Okay, so here's what it looks like with upper cabinets. Honestly, I don't hate it. So maybe we will keep the upper cabinets. I don't think I'll add one over here. This will just kind of be open. Maybe we can add some shelves on the wall. So let me add some decorations real quick and we'll see how this turns out. All right, so here is our finished kitchen. So here's our main kitchen area. We've got a stove, sink, everything. It should all be functional. And we got our fridge over here, and then I made us a little coffee area over here. And I added the trash can, added some stuff on the walls, nothing too crazy. But there is our kitchen. I actually really like how that kitchen turned out. I think it's cute, it's cozy. All right, moving on to our living room here. We really don't have, you know, a ton of space, but I'm thinking maybe we just use a love seat here, and then we can hopefully fit a TV on this wall, I think. If we do maybe this one, we could scoot it over a tiny bit. It's a very small living room. It's somewhere you can sit, watch TV. I think I'm going to add this bookshelf right here, just right in front of the window. All right, we don't have a ton of room, so I think maybe we just like squeeze some plants in the corner here on the floor, and maybe we add this circle rug in here. And finally, maybe a painting right here. And I think that's all I'm really gonna do for this living room. You can sit, you can read, you can watch TV. What else do you need? Moving on, we're going to do this bathroom, which I am a little nervous about this bathroom. We'll see if we can fit everything in here. Okay, call me crazy, but I think everything in this bathroom is at least functional. I don't have the pack that has just the wall shower. I think it's with the university pack. I don't have that pack. So I kind of have to work with just a normal shower. If I did have that pack, this would be 100 times easier, but I don't. So this looks so ugly, but I think it's functional. I'm pretty sure you can use everything in here. I don't have a sim made for this to test it out, but I'm pretty sure rule of thumb is just as long as you have like half a tile, they can get into the shower here, you can walk up to the sink, you can walk to the toilet. I'm gonna add a little decoration and then we'll see if I can make it maybe look a little bit better. All right, so here's where we're kind of at with the bathroom. I never want to look at this room again. Okay, I think it's functional. We're gonna move on. All right, so now we're going to do our final room, which is the bedroom, and I just realized that I did not test if we can fit a bed in here at all. So I have a suspicion that we cannot in fact fit a bed in here. Yeah, we can maybe, okay, so we can fit a bed like this in here. We could do something like that, which might be what we have to do. Let me try and decorate some of this, figure out a better layout. We can add like a dresser or whatnot. All right, so this is where we're at now with the bedroom. I got this dresser here with the flowers on it, and I've also got a little side table here. Let me see if I can find a better bed for in here. So I'm thinking this is the bed we're gonna go with. And I think I want to add a mirror over on this wall. And we're of course gonna do the Jungle Adventure mirror. All right, so I added more to the bedroom here. I made this side kind of like the sleeping side. I didn't add too much really to the walls. I'm not really sure what else to add, but I added some paintings, a little pride flag, and a little tapestry on this wall here. And over here, I made this kind of a little like getting ready nook. So we've got our mirror, we've got a dresser. I put this little table here with some like makeup, nail polish, added some plants, a cute little rug. And I think that's all I'm really gonna do for this room. I don't wanna like cover the walls with too much stuff. I think I might just leave it at that. And so there is our bedroom. And here is our flower-shaped house. I'm low-key impressed with myself. I did not think that I was gonna pull it off this well, not to toot my own horn, but I'm fairly happy with this. We've got our cute little office area over here, an entryway, a dining area here, our very small kitchen but functional, a teeny tiny little living room, a bathroom that I don't want to talk about, and finally a bedroom. It is, I believe, a functional house, and it's just a very odd shape, but there is our little flower house. I'm proud of myself, honestly. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have any other random shapes, objects, something you want me to try and make into a house in The Sims 4, leave a comment down below, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!